But yeah, that's like the big thing, you know. I guess just in general, what's the real like strong power with like a lot of games and stuff like that is like, especially like versus games, is like how cool and interesting are your characters, you know. It necessarily shouldn't be the core of it, but that's what winds up like being really popular and successful kind of thing, you know. Like I think a great example of what is it, that like Maximilian dude like talked about this one a lot is what is it, DC versus Mortal Kombat. Like apparently that game was just terrible, but like it sold really well kind of thing, you know, because you got the Mortal Kombat characters against the DC characters. I mean, luckily the follow up was Injustice, which is a pretty cool game, but you know, there's a testament to it. I mean, like same with Smash Bros. Like luckily Smash Bros is also coupled with the fact that like, you know, it does have a good like casual appeal kind of thing, like an actually successful one. Whereas opposed to like most fighters that try to do it don't really accomplish anything with it. I mean, I guess another good example would be Dragon Ball FighterZ. Like, I think that one sold crazy well. Eventually, when people remembered it was a traditional fighter, like, of course only the hardcore people stayed, but like, you know, it was a good, faithful game nonetheless. I don't know. Just in general, like, if your game has gotten an audience for being like hardcore and advanced and like difficult, like I really don't think you're doing much for the game by trying to make it like you know, more friendly to casual kind of thing, you know. Dang, Yuji. Because I mean, the thing, like, at least with verse games, you know, because like the thing is like, to a degree, I don't think you could ever make it casually friendly enough, because EG is a beast. He's a beast. But yeah, like, what is it, you know, I don't, for like a lot of like casual audiences, like I don't think you can make a PvP game ever casual friendly enough, because like a lot of those people are just angry if they're not the best, if they either don't care or they're like upset they're not like the best player after playing it like twice kind of thing, you know. Like there's always going to be a lot of people better than casual people because they spend more time on it. It's like basic sense. I mean, I think about like the landscape of like Smash as well, you know, like, you know, there's been a lot of iterations of Smash, like some have been like more technical than others, but like, you know, for like the less technical iterations, you know, a lot of people just wind up getting better than you with like, you know, there's still some tech and then a lot of like intuition as well kind of thing. I don't know, like between the two, I feel like intuition is harder than tech in my opinion. Like especially when starting out, if you're trying to get good at a game kind of thing. I kind of felt this way a lot with Wii U. I mean, you're welcome to disagree, but just like the idea of like, you know, if something is, there's like way more intuition to it and not much tech or combos kind of thing. Like you think about a game where like someone's really, really good at tech and combos, and like if you get your butt kicked, you can see why kind of thing. It's like, oh, okay, they practice this combo and like have gotten the timing down and stuff like that, and like these are kind of the steps to take to like get better as well, kind of thing. But like then with like if something is a really intuition PvP game, it's just like they won because they just know. And like I don't know, from like a starting out perspective, that feels a lot more frustrating to me than like a lot of tech skill kind of thing. But that's just my opinion on it. Oh my goodness. He knew that roll in. Dang. GG's. Not to say I don't want not to say I want something with no intuition either. Like I think I do think Ultimate is good competitively, but like I'm always a huge fanboy of like melee competitiveness too, and like that's like such a good balance between like tech and intuition and like movement freedom, in my opinion. Whereas opposed to like, you know, normal traditional fighters, it's like that's kind of an overhaul with tech skill, where you get like one small opening and then you can just kind of go on like autopilot for a while. Generally. Like, I'm sure there's more to it than that, but, you know. This is kind of my thoughts on competitive fighting games and stuff like that. Oh yeah, and that went back to, like, yeah, like, it's definitely a good idea that League is trying all of this because, you know, they got the golden thing, which is, like, people do really like their characters and stuff like that. The one thing I'm worried about is that they're, like, spreading out into too many things too quickly, kind of thing. Because, like, what it seems like is, like, they're trying, like, the card game, the shooter, the fighter, and a couple anime series, like, literally all at the same time. And, yeah, I can definitely see that as risky.